If you have big goals but keep hitting the same internal wall, listen closely. Hard work will take you far. And when effort stops working, it is not a strategy problem. It is a programming problem. You do not rise to your goals. You elevate to your programming. Inside Outspoken, you'll reprogram the subconscious patterns that drive 95% of your results. And in the process, earn 6 powerful certifications while you do it. Enrollment closes January 31st. If you are ready to stop pushing and start leading from a solid, grounded foundation, join us in Outspoken. Welcome to the Own Your Choices, Own Your Life podcast. I know you are here wanting to change and rewrite your story. You are desiring to step into the impact that you know you are here to create. I am here to guide you with the proven tools and strategies used by myself and our speakers to support you in taking radical responsibility in your life and learning how to own your choices to change your story. My name is Marsha Van Weinsberg. I am a storytelling business coach, master NLP trainer, speaker, podcaster, and 7 times published author. My clients have found freedom and purpose from overcoming their shame stories and learning how to share them with the world. I am so grateful you are here. Let's get started. Welcome back to the show. So here we are, almost the end of January, not quite yet. And I know I've shared a lot of episodes on what I'm bringing into the year, what I'm leaving behind in the year. And it's been so interesting to watch because I can see such a change. Other years, I would dive right in and go right into goals. And this has not been the case. This has been a lot of identity focused work, which is something I am always trying to share with you, is make sure you build your goals based on being that version of yourself versus, as opposed to just saying it, that version of you, what is she doing? And it's so interesting that I said the word doing, because what I want to share with you is this year I have brought in some very structured support in the back end of my business. I'm talking the kind of support that some people, when they start their business, they actually hire all of that in the beginning. And I'm so glad that I didn't, to be completely honest, because I was able to figure some things out. I mean, I've been pretty scrappy and I have really, really pushed my way through finding ways to do things. Yet at the same time, now that we look at it, there's gaps everywhere. The foundation has gaps, and that's why we've brought in the support. I've been an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur for 30 plus years. And this is the most structure and support I've ever had. In a lot of ways, I'm laughing because it's 2 mentors that I have brought on that I love dearly, have been a part of my business over the last few years. And I think one of them is almost like she's my boss. I'm just going to say this. She actually is my boss, and maybe I actually need this. And it's been interesting because I'll have an idea for something and she's like, okay, but then something else has to come off your calendar. And I'm like, but I want to just add it on. And she's like, nope. Okay. So I'm learning. One of the things that she said to me recently, and I wanted to share this with you because this was such an eye opener. I help people with their words all the time. I catch them. I see what, I'm listening and I hear the things that we're speaking, and I don't always catch it on myself. So all of a sudden, she said, what if, what is actually holding you back? It's not fear, it's not doubt, it's not any of those things, but it's this concept of doing. You keep saying doing. I have to do, I am doing. And all of a sudden, I started to recognize that, crap, I am saying that word a lot. And I am doing a lot. And of course, we have to do things to build our business, but I'm also talking in the sense that when we focus on only doing, what happens is subconsciously, I'm hearing the words like push, more effort, not enough, more output, more pushing, no rest, more proving. And I don't think that consciously, but that's just not, doesn't matter. Subconsciously, that's the message that I'm hearing when I'm saying doing. Even now, I'm recording this podcast. It's like 6 o'clock. I promised myself I would not be doing work after 6 o'clock. Well, it's almost six, not quite. And I'm laughing, but the idea dropped down and it's so easy for me to just jump on a record. So that's what I'm doing. I have brought in more support in my business this year than ever before. And this message is something that I wanted to share with you because I know I'm not alone with this. So, what words are you saying to yourself on a regular basis that are subconsciously giving you the message that it's not enough, that you have to do more, that you need to prove? What are you saying or speaking that is actually creating a message inside of you that isn't what you want? Because, it made me think too, I love the underdog. I'm going somewhere with this, I promise. I love the underdog. I love underdog movies and stories where it's like, God, they came from behind and they created it. Like, we always joke that I am not the one who's going to be watching the Hallmark sappy movies. Sorry, I'm just not. I am going to be watching the sports ones, the true stories that come from behind. I love them. I always do. And yet, in those stories, there's always the point where, like, the music really gets intense, and there's always, like, a low moment. They've been kicked down and knocked down a number of times, and their coach or mentor is like, "Push harder, do more." Oh my god, Rocky, can I even just say this right now? And it's this, like, push harder, you have to do more. And subconsciously, that is actually something that I know my system is like, "Yeah, let's do that. I get that." Yet, I heard Chris Williamson say this on a podcast. It was on the Diary of CEO, and I stopped when I heard it because I was like, "That is so good." We don't see a lot of messages or movies or narrators who are saying to the entrepreneur, "Shut it down. Put your phone down. Drink some water. Get some rest. Go to bed. Get your steps in." Because with those messages, what it's actually doing is it's taking our parasympathetic system and it is challenging it to recover be as committed to my recovery as I am to the go hard. And have I been up until now? No. No. I'm working on it because I think this is so fascinating, right? We have the sympathetic David Goggins who like screams and screams and screams. Listen, I love David Goggins too. But what if we actually can benefit from the parasympathetic Goggins, the allowing you to prioritize rest and recharge? Because we also know that, receiving is all part of our parasympathetic system. Can we allow ourselves to slow down, pause, and receive, right? Don't push it away and jump to the next thing. And so I really feel like that maybe this is just for me. I don't think it is. This message that building capacity in your business, like what if the underdog of 2026 isn't the one who works the hardest or grinds the most? It's the one who actually pauses, allows themselves to pause and regulates and like pauses the deepest and builds the capacity and prioritizes their health and relationships through letting my system to catch up to the vision that I'm building. The pause is the work. I used to dislike it a lot when I was told you need to pause more. Listen, I'm like Aries, fire. I mean, I'm a generator. My body's just like go, especially if I'm lit up by something. And I also know that as I am getting older, that if I push myself to burnout, it takes me longer to recover. And I want to love what I'm doing. I want to build an incredible kick ass business. I can look back and go, damn, I'm so proud of that while having my health, my relationships, my peace of mind, my taking care of myself, prioritizing myself. I want it all. I do because that's what I want. So now I'm in the process of catching myself with the word doing. So what is your word? Well, what word are you using that is pushing you into that sympathetic nervous system where it's like you have to go hard? And how can you replace it with words that will support you, like allowing and pausing and building and holding and capacity? Like you can even hear for me how my body changes and my energy changes when I'm saying those words. They feel good. They feel good. They feel way better than pushing harder. I said it on one of my Instagram stories, my biggest month of the year was December of 2025. I was out of office for a whole week because of an in-person outspoken. We had a personal situation that came up and probably knocked us out for about 4 days. And then we had out of office from like December 24th onward. It didn't make logical sense that it was my highest month of the year. And at the same time, it was, and I had my highest day of the year. And I'm only saying this because this is how I reframed right in the moment. I paused and said, I got support in my business. It allowed me to breathe. It happened on a day when I was actually off and not working. And I paused and went, it is safe to pause. It is safe to allow myself to receive. It is safe to have support in my business. And so I actually forced myself to sit and pause in that moment. And when this didn't come from doing, reframe. It didn't come from doing. So what is your word that is not serving you and you're meant to change? And it's the next version of you that you're growing into isn't going to be built on that word. What is that word? So I love this and I want to share it. It was like lifetime experiencing it. I loved Chris Williamson's quote where he talked about this message that we actually need to encourage entrepreneurs to rest and recharge and like regulate and build capacity and not chase a burnout, not chase proving energy. I know this is who I am becoming more of. And it's so funny because my business is growing in ways I never thought was possible. It is this work. It is 100% this work. It has taken me time to actually fully embody it and see it, but it is, and it's possible. If it's possible for me, it's possible for you too. It really is. You can anchor into that version of yourself, and it's so powerful. So maybe you don't need a louder David Goggins screaming at you to do more. Maybe you actually need the parasympathetic Goggins who says, like, pause, breathe, reset, drink your water. It's safe to rest. Because that's actually how you grow your capacity. And if it's possible for me, it's possible for you. I would love to know how this lands. I would love to know if there's a word you are giving up this year and releasing and how you're reframing that in the moment. And I'm just forever here cheering you on, sending you lots and lots of love. Have an incredible day. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Own Your Choices, Own Your Life. If you love this episode, I invite you to tag me on social media with your takeaways or share it with a friend. Please, if you feel called, take 30 seconds to leave a 5-star review and I will be forever grateful. Until next time, remember, when you own your choices, you truly own your life.